Shalom, give our praises and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashar Hakadash, abundance to the apostles, to your message, shalom to the faithful men that's doing this work. A little willing, real quick, it's a lot here. I want to speak on, skin color, because of course, you know, so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, they are originally was, darker, well, the Israelites, the so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, had dark skin in ancient scriptures. Of course, you had Israelites that had leprosy, because what you call white skin today is really leprosy. You read Leviticus 13:13. Excuse me. It's clean leprosy. You know what I mean? This ain't to make fun of any brother that in the truth that do have that, or there's some brothers that have leprosy, where it's spots or whatever. I'm not trying to make fun of no brother or whatever the case is, but we all know that the dark skin is the original royal skin color. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got some brothers that may look like a different nation, different skin color, whatever the case is, different hair, might have blonde hair, might have leprosy in the hair. That's just a curse that we all go through. But but uh but I just want to make the point because, that's something that Esau has made in the world. He made pretty much dark skin, brown skin period as something looked down on. You know what I'm saying? And even these other different nations, like these Asians, these Moabites and shit, you know, I seen a story of a guy in China or somewhere, Korea maybe, but they was trying to say like, oh, look, wash your skin clean or whatever the case is. They just make it so hateful, but yet the Most High, right, and then Yahweh Shai, the angels, they all got, brown skin, okay? But of course, Esau, Edom is ruling right now, and he got that leopard skin. So everybody wants to be like him and have his type of skin color. So I got a couple things real quick. This is how Western booty brands plan to play to Asia's desire for white skin in the whatever the fuck that says. They used to avoid appearing racist. Now, there's a whitening cream that's very popular. You know what I'm saying? I guess especially in Asia that these damn Moabites and fucking Ammonites use, all right, to whiten their skin, to lighten it up. And it's being very harmful to them. Like it's like the chemicals that's inside of it's being harmful to their skin, because that tells you it's not natural. You're not supposed to be doing all that shit. Whatever the Lord give you, your skin color, that's what it's supposed to be. But people try to put things on it and make it lighter, and bleach it, and do all this extra shit. You know what I mean? Because the ideal person really is an Edomite. That's why even in these different nations, certain African nations, certain Asian nations, they got the leaders wearing suit and ties. You know what I mean? Certain people bleaching their skin, and so on and so forth, straighten their hair. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to be like the one that's ruling. All right, when this guy got leprosy, you know what I mean? Because what happens because he can't take the sun, obviously. I believe he's the highest people that got sun cancer. You know what I'm saying? And when he puts on sunscreen and you look at it through like an X-ray or whatever, there's a video on it. It's pretty much it looks like their skin is black, so-called black. So really, it's like they're just putting melanin on themselves. So really, at the end of the day, they make fun of our skin color, but yet when you put sunscreen on, you pretty much, you look at yourself through the sunscreen or sun X-ray, it looks like you got brown skin or black skin, or so-called black skin. All right. But yeah, this article is just showing how these niggas try to be so-called white or whatever, and they got this pop star Naomi Wong Jones, whatever the fuck her name is. You know what I mean? She, that's more beautiful. Because Asians, they originally dark skin. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna read that article. But this is discrimination based on skin color. All right. Let me see. Blah blah blah. Who has perceived as belonging to a dark skinned race are treated differently based on their darker skin color. Although less historical significant prejudice can also be applied towards light skinned people, which is known as reverse colorism. All right, blah blah blah. But this is go to different nations. In East, South, and Southeast Asia, a preference for lighter skin is prevalent, especially in countries such as China, South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Vietnam, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, and Japan. The history of skin whitening in East Asia dates back to the ancient times in the ancient dynastic eras to be light in an era where the sun has rashed have harsh, impelled wealth and nobility because those individuals was able to stay indoors, lucky while servants had to labor outside. Jade white skin in Korea is known as has been the ideal as far back as the Gojin Son, whatever the fuck era. Japan's Edo period saw at the start of a trend of women's whitening their face with white powder as a moral duty. Chinese women valued a milk white complexion and swallowed powdered pills towards that end. For out of 10 women surveyed in Hong Kong, Malaysia, and the Philippines and South Korea, reported using skin whitening cream. That's fucking crazy. The purpose of light skin women in East Asia is quite different from Western culture, where women of tan, brown complexions are preferred. Bonnie Andren writes that American culture makes white women feel inferior for having pale complexions and reddish features, and that she risks cancer, and wrinkles trying to darken her pale skin. All right, so so they look down on people that have darker skin because you out in the field working while the other people with nobility they in the house all day. All right, let me see. White skin, the scholar repeats an Japanese proverb: "White skin makes up for seven defects." More specifically, for a woman, very light skin allows people to overlook her lack of other desirable physical characteristics. All right, skin color influence and continues to influence people's standards of attractiveness, uh, social, whatever the fuck, economic status and capability. All right, this is ridiculous, man. You people looking down on you because you got darker skin, and you know, it's ridiculous. All right, let me see. Japan applied a lot of white powder to the faces, added red rosy cheeks, meaning reference to plump women with white skin appear in drawings and writings. Blah blah blah. The list goes on and on. Now there's a one that they said about I can't remember where did I read that, man. I think it actually was in this one. Oops, lucky. They were speaking about the slaves. Where is it at? Damn it. I can't remember if it was in this article or it was in the other one. But pretty much I can't fucking find it, but pretty much they were saying that like during slavery they this might be it. European colonists created a racial uh, hierarchy in a race-based ideology, which led to the formation of a critical system of oppression and benefited individuals of European descent over individuals of African descent. Biologically, differences in skin color were used to justify the enslavement and oppression of Africans and Native Americans, because they're Israelites as well, leading to the development of social uh, hierarchy that placed people blah blah blah. Enslaved people with lighter complexions, usually stemming from the sexual assault of enslaved African women, were allowed to perform less strenuous tasks like domestic duties, while darker skinned enslaved people were forced to engage hard labor, which they usually performed outdoors. All right, African Americans with greater European ancestry and a lighter skin color were considered smarter and therefore superior to their dark-skinned counterparts. As a result, they was given greater opportunities for education and the acquisition of land and property. That's probably too. Probably that's probably why. Because I remember there was stories about um free slaves owning other slaves and shit, like a woman slave. She was owning people and shit, own people probably because she was a damn Edomite. But terror. One of the first forms of let me see, colon. Wait, what the fuck I was at? Colorism was a device used by European colonists to create division between enslaved Africans and further the ideal that being as close to white as possible was the ideal image. And you got that Willie Lynch letter where he taught people because the slaves, I guess, was unruly, so he was teaching people in the the slave masters to do this to pretty much to break the slaves. And one thing he used was what to pretty much make the dark skinned slaves against the light skinned slaves. And you still see that today. You still got light skin versus dark skin. So it's still like jokes and memes about dark skinned people. The dark skinned nigga, he's more aggressive. He's an asshole or whatever. The light skinned nigga, he's more effeminate. You know what I mean? He's all trying to act all cute and shit. You know, but you see that, and Esau did this shit to really put a division between us. You know what I'm saying? And then some of us, we might be lighter. Some niggas might be a fucking Edomite, a terror, or even the dark skinned ones. You know what I mean? Because now Esau mixed everybody together. You know what I'm saying? But and a lot of them northern tribes, them Latin tribes, they think they're fucking white too. You know what I'm saying? They think, they just try, these different niggas try to do any and everything to get close to Esau Edom's culture. They make they dye their hair blonde or wear a wig or whatever, straighten their hair out. All right, you know what I'm saying? Lighten their skin, all that shit. All right, because they trying to become like their oppressors. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. This is This is Proverbs 3:31. It says, "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." All right. So, but Jake got a problem with envying the oppressor. They love their oppressor. You know what I'm saying? They want to be like them. They want to be rich like them. They want to have their money. They want to have their resources. They want to have their skin, their fucking, their hair, their lips. You know what I mean? All those things. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's see. This is this should be Psalms one, no, not one. 83:4. Then they have said, "Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." And they did that first by just removing everything from us. They removed our language. You know what I mean? They remove our culture, our heritage, our everything, our land, our image, to now where you think beautiful is having light skin and thin hair and blonde hair. That's what's beautiful to you. Like, these different things, And Esau pretty much want to make him. He want the whole world to pretty much to bow down to his image. You know what I mean? Because Who's the one that created this earth? The Most High and His Son and His angels. And and we're made in His image. So so in the kingdom, man, man, it's gonna go back to where it was, where before. Ain't gonna be no in the kingdom. You're gonna have Moabites trying to lighten their skin and trying to be like Esau with suit and tie. Now everybody gonna go back to the original skin color. The only one that's gonna be so called white is Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? Until he gets destroyed and and all that. But everybody gonna be trying to be like the sons of God. They're gonna try to, kind of, trying to get our style and shit like that. So that just tells you who's ruling because everybody wants to be like, want to be like Mike. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to be like Esau. All right. But what the scripture says right here, Song of Solomon 5 and let's see. Let's see what 1 and 5. It says, I'm black, but comely, which black just means dark skin. And comely, that's why they're just saying what? Black is beautiful. Because comely means beautiful. Okay? And that's a thing too. That's another thing. They gotta if you look up fair skin, what's gonna pop up? It's gonna pop up as a white lady. Alright. Okay, fair skin is characterized as mentioned by lack of pigmentation, which results in a lighter color. Okay? Lighter skin tone, as mentioned earlier, fair skin have a lighter skin tone and shade than other skin types. See? So, but what does the word fair means? The word fair means beautiful. Okay? If you look at the Hebrew word, it means beautiful. All right. Now let me see what this says in the etymology. Pleasing to the sight. See? Pleasing to the sight. Beautiful, handsome, attractive, weather bright, clear, pleasant, and not rainy. Okay, that's why they call us black because even Martin Luther King knew this shit. He even said it because black means absolutely dark, absorbing all light. Okay, to burn, scourge. Let me see. Let me see. This other words. Let me see. Black was used of dark skinned people in Old English of coffee with nothing added. Blah blah. Meaning fierce, terrible, wicked. Okay. Figurative sense often come from the notion of without light, moral or spiritual. Okay. Gloomy, unlucky, bad, wicked, malicious. Um. Yeah. You look at the word white. That's which nobody really is actually black. You know what I mean? People was just really dark, real dark, brown, brown skin. I don't know what the fuck. Oh, this shit is. But you look at the word white, it pretty much just means pure, righteous. You know what I mean? So that's what Esau did. And Esau is not white; he's red. That's Hebrew Israelite 101. He came out red like a hairy garment. You know what I'm saying? He's not white, he's red. But he called himself white because that represents pure righteousness and all that. And they just look at us like we're just evil, wicked. That's why when other nations they think of so-called black people, what do they think of? Oh, he's a murderer, he's a nigga, he's a thug. But or even on the news, like when Esau riots, he can riot. He's justified when he riots. Something don't go his way, he gets to go out there and riot. And they just say they just misleading teenagers or whatever. But a nigga, his people are getting shot and killed constantly, and nothing is being done about it. He riots, and then they look at all these thugs, these niggas. Like, come on, man. You know. But it says, I am black but beautiful, daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun had looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyard, but my own vineyard have I not kept. Just like we read earlier, how people look down on darker skinned people because they was out in the fields working, slaving, while the nobles was in the courthouses and or whatever. They was in the king houses and sitting on their ass doing nothing. Which that's not a true noble. Because if you're a true nobleman, you're gonna be out there with your people. You're gonna lead. You send all these people out there to fight and die. All these fathers and mothers losing all their children and shit in war. If you're a true man, if you're a true king, you'll be out there fighting too. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these, they had certain kings that did, that fought, send their princes, their sons out there to fight too. But a lot of them, they sat in their ass in a fucking house all day, being served. And that's the same thing what happened to us. They put us out in the field, and I don't think I read that. I don't know if I did, but it pretty much said the the let me see. It pretty much said that like the darker skinned people, I forgot what the fuck I was about to say. Salaki. Damn. Yeah, pretty much that the lighter skinned slaves were treated better, you know what I'm saying, than the darker skinned ones or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I think I read that part. All right. But yeah. Yeah. Look, a study, 2016 study found that Chileanians, however the fuck, school teachers expected less from the dark skinned students. Maranos, I believe that's how you say dark skin and or brown in Spanish. I forgot. And they were expected in a light skinned students, blancos. Even the difference between being dark and being tan carry different type of status. Being tan means that people have more money because they have time to go to the beach and buy tanning products. But due to the history of colonization, being darker skinned means that people are automatically considered members of the lower class. Um, Current studies have revealed that many Chileans, how the fuck, bitches, motherfuckers from Chile, goddamn, want to have lighter pigmentation, and they even consider themselves white despite the fact that they have a mixture of skin tones. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Colorism in Mexico is an ongoing problem that may majorly affect people with darker skin tones in Mexico. This color can impact Mexican citizens' daily lives, ability to get jobs, or self-esteem. Mexicans have a long history of mixed ancestry, including Spanish, African, and German. Thus, amount of Mexicans who identify as mixed race increased from 3 million, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Mexicans with the light skin tones compete in an average 11 years of schooling, while dark skinned Mexicans finish an average of 5.3 years of school. A maximal change in skin tone from lightest to darkest is associated with a decrease of almost 6 years of schooling. All right, 51% reduction to education. Further, they have shown that lighter skinned Mexicans were likely to hold position of power, while those with darker skin tones were more likely to have positions that require less qualifications. Okay, yep. You could read all that. You know what I'm saying? And even you look up the fucking presidents of Mexico. I looked it up. I'm pretty sure not every single country in America, but you look up the president. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do that real quick. Cause I literally just looked this up like a little minute ago. Cause a lot of their fucking presidents are Edomites, man. Presidents of Peru. I think this bitch is a actual native or whatever the case is. Maybe she probably Edomite, but Brazil. This don't even look like a fucking uh. Look at this shit. Like this, a Brazilian politician and retired military officer who served as the 38th president of Brazil. This nigga look a straight up Edomite. A lot of these damn uh a lot of these yeah, like what the fuck is this house Edomite right here? A lot of these rulers in South America are actual Edomites. I forgot what they call them. It's a word for them that they say in Spanish, pretty much like how like pretty much they're they're like, you know, whatever, they might be living in Mexico, whatever, or South America, and but they actually Edomites say their family go back to the Spaniards or whatever the fuck, I guess Germans, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then those are the ones that's ruling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he could be a Colombian, you know what I mean? But, you know, who knows, man? There's a lot of, you know. By the way, man, that's pretty much the point of the video. I'm gonna see one more fucking thing real quick. I gotta watch this video because uh I remember I watched it a long time ago. Uh but yeah, man, they treat niggas down there in Mexico like shit. And they're their own people. You know what I'm saying? Afro, that's what it's called. Afro Mexican. There's a video. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm gonna watch this after this video. Cause I ain't watched it in so long. That looks like a good video right there. I'm gonna have to check that out, Lord willing. It was a video, man. Let me see. Pretty much how they was being mistreated down there. I can't remember. It was a long time ago I watched the video, but pretty much uh they was treating them dirty as fuck, man. But and that's just, you know, Issachar, you know, hating on Judah and Judah hating on Issachar, you know. But yeah, man, that shit just madness, man. It's just one way, skin color. Of course, we don't judge by skin color, us Israelites. You know what I mean? You can be so-called white person and be an Israelite. But it just shows you that Esau tried to use his separation with skin color and try to pretty much put his skin color, which is, he got leprosy. White skin is leprosy. But he tried to put his skin color as the most desirable thing in the world, you know what I'm saying? But really, you know, he's just a devil, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, that hopefully is edifying, give a praise and glory to Abba Shema Shah, Abba Shema Shah, belongs to the process of to the brothers in this works, down to say Shalom.